Well, hello, everybody, and I'm so glad that you're joining us. We are celebrating National Poetry Month. Woo! Yay! Excitement, excitement. And so I am on and so excited to have four poets with me on today and thrilled that they are on and all that good stuff. And we have an opportunity to hear some good, great poetry. They're going to read from their books. They're going to tell us where we can find them on social media, if they have a website, as well as read two poems. And really, if you got it, tell me what's coming up next. Okay. And so I'm not going to start. We'll start with JC, Miss Prolific Jones. You not ready? You was what? You on mute. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I was going to grab my other book, but that's okay. We'll just talk about this one.
Well, go ahead and grab your other book, and
Okay.
I'll start with Dr. Nettles. Grab your other book. Dr. Nettles, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go right ahead.
Greetings first, yes?
Yes.
Yes, greetings first. Hello, hello, hello. I am Dr. Vernette Nettles from Montgomery, Alabama. You can find me at www.vernettcnettles.com or www.vcndailypray.com, where I do a prayer once a weekday morning. And if I don't get it out before 10 o'clock, Mama usually calls me and says, "Baby, where's the prayer?" But all is well. I do children's books. I have children's books, inspirationals, books of poetry. And we're going to start with Inside the Soul of a Woman. Inside the soul of a woman lives many voices, each yearning to be heard, to be shared, to be held, to be loved. Inside my soul are my joys, my sorrows, my dreams. But who should know the soul of a woman? When revealed, is it embraced for its presence, or is it shoved aside to make way for others? When revealed, is it understood, or is it questioned for sincerity, authenticity, or even reality? When revealed, is it supported, or is it mocked, or made cause for heads held in shame? When revealed, is it cherished, or is it stifled, stunted, or simply discarded? So I search my soul and tuck it to myself, healing, nurturing, repairing the bruises of this world. So I search my soul, reaching, forging, celebrating, emerging into God's purpose. Because inside the soul of a woman lives their voices, each yearning to be set free. Another?
One more. Yes.
Then let me do this one because this one is about legacy. And this is the one I did for the family reunion last year. And as we are thinking about who we are and where we're going in this particular phase of the global world, we have to remember where we come from and who staged us to be who we are. So this poem is titled From Before We Could Remember. From before we could remember, there was legacy. From before we could remember, there was dedication to the family and a promise that the family would thrive, be present, and have longevity. So we gathered to remember and to learn the sacrifice, the wailing, and the toil of survival because we found ourselves worthy. And because of them so long ago, we have become more than they imagined. We are soldiers and doctors, educators and authors, nurses and administrators, pastors and deacons. We are entrepreneurs forging our future. We are servants leaving no one behind. And we are prayer warriors because God has called us to speak truth and love to his people. So we gather this year and in years to come to know each other, to know our history, and to ensure that our journey continues. Because from before we could remember, there was and still remains legacy.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta know.
Yes,
So
yes.
what really is the inspiration behind your books? Like, do you one day get up and the words just flow out, or God wakes you up and says, "I want you to write about this." How do you get the inspiration behind your poems?
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes and
Um,
yes.
yes and yes. Sometimes I do wake up in the middle of the night, but sometimes, well, in the middle of the morning. But sometimes, especially in these last 2 years, a lot of my poetry revolves around my emotional evolution. And it's so important to realize your emotional evolution and to be, and at any age, to know who you are or who you're evolving to become. And so, one of the ones that I've been working on has to do with recognizing the emotions today that are really rooted in yesterday. Because if you don't write that and feel it and see it, no matter how painful it is, it continues to burrow itself into you. And so that is why, that is the nature of some of the poetry that I've been writing lately.
That's wonderful. So my last question, what's
Yes.
coming up next?
What's coming up next? I will be in Branson, Missouri in the second week of May. I will be at Tickle Pink in Montgomery in September, I believe. And I'm hedging my bets about October, trying to see what we're going to do in October. And I'll be in Mobile in July for a mega conference.
I got a hint where I want you to go. Huh?
Oh,
I got a hint where I want you to go. But anyway, so follow Dr. Nettles on social media, especially on Facebook. Now, one thing about Dr. Nettles, not only is she sharing where she's going, but she's sharing other people's flyers as well. So if you have written a book, and you're, especially if you're in the South, the deep South or Southeast in any way, shape, or form, I do it too. But if you're in the deep South, she's covering pretty much from Texas to Florida to the Carolinas,
oh
sometime,
yeah.
and everything in between. And a lot of people, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to help you. If you have written a book and you don't know where to go, there are some people who travel, who do in-person events that you should be following so that you can see things that they do post. And that's a major hint. I don't care what genre of book that you've written, that you really should find people that you follow, people that are on the move. When you see them setting up places, you should find out. And even if you're not ready to attend that event right away, or this year you don't have the budget for, go ahead. Dr. Nettles knows, and Brooks knows, and JC knows, and Sister Thompson knows. I'm already planning for 2026. I'm already seeing
Yes,
what's happening in
yes.
the fall. I'm already, I'm already on my grind. If the Lord doesn't let me live and he returns, I'm good. I'm gonna be, as the old folks say, I'll be somewhere around the throne. But in the meantime, he said, occupy until I come. So
Yeah.
therefore, it's an opportunity for me to still be on the lookout, but you have to plan and prepare for it. Another time, another conversation. Thank you, Dr. Nettles. Be sure and follow her,
Absolutely.
Burnett C. Nettles, especially on Facebook, so you can find out what's happening, especially in the Deep South. And we've got summer to go, we've got fall to go, we got the holidays, we got, woo, come on, don't say you don't know. Get that box of books, dust off the
Yes,
boxes,
yeah.
get you some bookmarks. If you need help, you know where to find me. But let's get it going. Let's get it done. All right. Uh, 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 Miss JC Prolific Jones, Britt, excuse me. Are we locked up?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay,
Can you hear
come on,
me?
love. I can hear you now. Yes, ma'am.
All right. My screen is frozen, so I don't know exactly what happened.
It'll come back around. Just keep talking. We got you.
Okay, cool. So, hey everybody, I am JC Prolific Jones Britt. As she just called me because I have to add that married name on.
Yes,
But yeah, so I am a poet here in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'll tell you more about myself shortly. But I'm still trying to decide what I'm going to read. But the first one is going to be my story, and it comes from my book, Bury My Soul, which was one of the first books Dr. Royston has helped me publish, because, yeah, it would not have been published if it had not been for her, because it was little bitty pieces of paper and bills and stuff that I wrote little poems on and all that good stuff. So we thank God for Miss Julia. Amen. All right. So this one is called My Story. God knows all the things I used to do. I fought, cussed, and if you didn't watch me, I'd steal your man too. All these things I would do because my self-worth I never knew. I didn't think about the fact that I am a child of the King. Didn't realize what it meant to be cleansed of all sin and iniquity, from being abused by a mother who said she wanted to be my friend, to being molested by both women and by men. Wasn't told it was all wrong, so it continued again and again. From not understanding the feelings that I had inside, to feeling that sex is what I needed to get a natural high. Started to wonder, was this a sin? Because I only did it for love. Wondered if this was something God would cleanse me of. Found that he would, and there was no limit to what God can do. For what he's done for others, he can do for me, and he'll do for you too. From having a baby for a boy who didn't deserve a child, then being dumped by him so he can help take care of someone else. From fighting with my fists even while I was pregnant, to fighting with my mind and leaving that life behind. From being told that 85% of me was good enough to be his woman, but the other 15% of me still had more to be worked on. From realizing that it wasn't me, but the person judging that was 100% wrong. From wondering why I, prolific, had all these things to go through, to realizing it was so I could tell my story to you. Now I'm thanking God that I made it through. Now you know my story and all the things I've been through. You've seen some of my pain and what I had to go through to get here. Hope you can understand my story. Hope you have figured it out. Hope you can see through my story just how good God is and what he has done. That's that piece.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I asked before I brought this book up, because, you know, some of us Christians, we still have some cussing situations. Some of us are cussing Christians. I apologize if anybody is offended. Okay. But my other book is called Never Piss Off a Poet. And it just tells some of my situations when I was kind of upset at some of the situations of life that I had to go through. And I'm trying to find one that is not going to be too okay, I'm gonna read this one. This one's called The Faith of Miss Seeley. All them years, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, baby.
All them years, Mr. was beating the hell out of Seeley. He was tearing down the empire that they could have built together. Sad that he had to be cursed before he saw the pot of gold he'd had all along. Sad that he and Seeley's stepfather would treat any woman the way she was treated. Sad to have the children that were molded in your womb snatched from your arms, barely given the chance to inhale their scent. Sad to be beaten and raped by a man who's supposed to love you as your husband. But Seeley was God's child, and everything the devil took from her was given back to her in abundance. Yes, there were tears and there was doubt at times that she was anything other than a child of God because of everything she endured. But Miss Seeley never lost her faith. Now, I encourage you to look at everything you're going through and know there's a reason for all that is happening to you, and try having just a mustard seed of Miss Seeley's faith. That's that piece.
Come on. All right. That's the first time I heard that one. I like that. I like that, love. Okay, so I've got to know where people can find you on social media and all that good stuff.
Okay, so people can go to my public page, JC Prolific Jones Britt. That page is kind of full though, so you can follow me on that page. Then I have the Poetic Artist, Prolific Jones, and then I have the bookstore page, which is, and I'm gonna spell it out, Gyename. So it's GYENYAME Books 502 on Facebook and Instagram. I'm doing a little better on the Instagram situation.
Look at you.
And yeah, just check us out. And if you have any questions or you're an author, you want to have your stuff in the bookstore, let me know. And I'll be more than happy to get with you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so what? Last question. What event? Where are you going? What's coming up next? Where can we find you?
So I'm actually going to be singing at House of Prayer Church in Louisville for Euclid Avenue on Sunday.
Okay.
And then as far as poetry events, I don't have one actually scheduled right now at this point, but we will be at the Kentucky Derby block party that is happening on this Saturday. So you can come pick up a book. You can come pick up Never Piss Off a Poet and other books that are written by and for the African diaspora on Saturday at the Norton Sports Learning Complex.
Wonderful. And that's in Louisville. It's brand new and it's simply beautiful. Simply
Yes,
beautiful.
it
So
is.
be sure that from what I could tell, JC doesn't have to necessarily have to have a spoken word engagement. She can just pop up anywhere. From what I saw on social media,
Yes,
Texas, anywhere she can be, she may pop up. Hello.
It's called a prolific pop-up, literally.
I had to say was, I thought she went for a family funeral. Baby, I look at girlfriend standing on the stage in Texas. Wasn't it in Texas?
Yep, it was in Texas. It was a open mic called Recreative that I got invited to. And I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Hilton GF Soldier Young. He has a poem called I'm ready to mess it up. Exegesis of Jesus.
Okay.
From the poet P4CM movement, Poets for Christ movement, that is like known all over the world. I got to interview him while I was in Texas. So I'll have that. Oh yeah, that'll be on my page also. So y'all check that out too.
Right. Well, I'm leading somewhere. Be also ready is what I have to say. Yes. I don't know if you had a few books in your bag, but anyway, I'll leave that
alone. Did.
Right. Yay. I'm so glad. So proud of you, JC.
Okay. And there I am. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
I don't know what happened, but there she is. There she is. Hair looking good and everything. But
thank you.
You just know, I know I see you. But you just never know where things are gonna happen, where you're gonna be.
Yes.
I have containers in my car, but I always have a bag with me at all times. So I don't play no games as far as that's concerned. But
yes, the crazy thing about going to Texas is that we weren't going to go. And we were just going to, send our condolences because we had another family member that passed in Alabama. So we were like, okay, let's figure this out. And on top of that, I lost my license that week. It was the craziest situation.
Yeah.
But like you said, be yet ready because
you just never know. You just never know. So having books on hand is always important. That's my next big nugget for you. Follow people on social media. Follow these people on social media, especially those. I know people who say, "Oh, I've been writing for years. I just haven't had anything." I'm one lady I can't remember where I was, but she says, "Oh, I've written 12 books." Oh, really? Where's it on? No, I haven't published anything. So therefore, we bring these kinds of things not only just to celebrate the month and celebrate the genre, but also to help people to be encouraged that if they can do it, you can do it too. That is out there and available. And I'm gonna throw some nuggets in there because we're in the book business for real. And so we want you to be able to move the book even after you've written it, even after you published it. We want it to continue to move forward, getting your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth so you can be a book business boss. Thank you so much, JC. Appreciate you. All right, coming up next, Brooks, I'm gonna leave you for last. Let's go with well, before me anyway. Sister Thompson, take it away.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Deborah A.K. Thompson, and I am so glad to be here and be with Dr. Julia and these other awesome poets in this National Poetry Month. I have a couple of poems that I've done from my book. It's called Enlightenment 2: Building Self-Esteem Through Poems and Positive Affirmations. So the first poem I'm going to read from this book is called I. I am me, and you are you. I can't be me and be you too. I can be a he, or I can be a she. That's what makes me a mystery. I is the first person pronoun that only refers to me. It can't mean anyone else as far as I can see. I can be right and I can be wrong. I have the right to make life my own. I can succeed or I can fail. It's all up to me how high I will sail. I can listen and I can learn. If I so choose, I've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. As I go through life, I know I'll learn so much more about who I am in my deepest core. I've got to take the time to understand all about me if I'm ever going to unwrap my real majesty. If I don't understand you and you don't understand me, there's no way I can see the best part of me. There's so much in I that no one would ever believe. One day I plan to move beyond myself and become the person that I'm truly meant to be. What I am is a real mystery. That's why I can't be you and you can't be me. I've got to be what I was created to be. I am number one, and no one can take my place on earth. I know my value, and now I know my worth. The second poem that I'm going to read is called They. Who is they, you might ask? They are always talking about me. They seem to be in everybody's business. Why don't they just let people be? They is one of those words that everyone uses to get you off their back. It refers to a lot of people, not you, so you can cut yourself a little slack. If they did it and they doesn't include what you want to do, you can blame everything on they and have nothing important to lose. If I don't like the decision that was made, I just let you know they made the decision. It doesn't matter if I was in the room, but I just didn't agree with them. If I couldn't achieve the goal I set, why should I take the blame? I'll just let you know they blocked me so I won't feel the shame. It's easy to shift the weight of they because the word they is so obtuse. They is like a ball of string that has a multi-purpose use. I've used the word they a few times in my life. When I couldn't stand the heat, it was easier to shift the result onto they than to admit loss or defeat. Everyone has blamed something on they when things didn't go their way. Men, women, boys, and girls, it matters not your state. When we finally realize that they includes both me and you, maybe then we won't be so quick to judge, slander, or accuse. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Sister Thompson, where can we find the that book of poetry and all your other books?
Yes, as well as some of my other books. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them Books a Million. You can get them at my website, which is Debra, Debra, thewriter.com. And you can go ahead and order those books. I have Enlightenment. This is Enlightenment 2, and it's building self-esteem through poems and positive affirmations. I also have Enlightenment, Looking Back to Move Forward. And then I have children's books as well, Pennies Make Dollars and Dollars with Sense, as well as Baby Sue Learns to Count.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And Sister Thompson, we have somewhere we're gonna be next. You have an event you're gonna be to next?
Yes, I am going to be in St. Louis, Missouri at the COGIC, that's the Church of God in Christ International Women's Convention there in St. Louis, Missouri. So I'll be there May the 26th through the 31st in St. Louis. And then I will also be in Florida, in Quincy, near Tallahassee, Florida, where I'll have my books at both of these events. You can get copies of my books there on both of those events.
Wonderful, wonderful. And we can find you on Facebook. I know definitely for sure.
Yeah, Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I am on Instagram, and I'm also on LinkedIn, Debra A.K. Thompson, and I am Debra, Debra, Debra A.K. Thompson. So just look for me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or what was the other one I said? LinkedIn.
Hey, yeah, LinkedIn. No problem at all. Thank you so much, Sister Thompson. Blessings to you, because I know you're gonna need a lot of books when you go to
going to St. Louis.
Yeah, you're gonna need books when you get to St. Louis, because there's gonna be tons of ladies there to support you, especially your children's books. Yes. Because I do know that they do enjoy children's books. So the Church of God in Christ Women's International Women's Convention, be on the lookout for your sister in Christ, Sister Debra A.K. Thompson. She's gonna be there with books. Get them for your children, get them for your classrooms, for back to school, etc. So you be ready to go. All right, St. Louis, safe travels. God bless you.
Thank you.
All righty, let's head on down the south of the border. On keep on going down. Take it away, Brooks.
What's going on? I'm Brooks, TLK Poetry, Crittenton. I'll explain who I am after, or how you can find me. But right now I'm gonna read out of my the Omitted Tribe Stories, Shield. This is my new poetry book, but it's like a poetry novella. It's a poetry story. I'm gonna read a chapter for y'all. This one is called Chapter 3, Last Night. So here it goes. I heard last night was wild. I woke up thinking I should have just gone out. Bro, you better tell me what went down last night, said Elijah. All right, said Poe. Aiden hit my line and said Orion was throwing a party. Elijah said, I never really liked those two. They the type to scheme to set you up. I headed out. The moment I get there, drinks and cups, everybody wildin', bruh. You know the twins, Luna and Muna. Yeah, but I don't like them. They was on some type of drug in the living room giving Orion bedroom type of love. The women were wearing lingerie with masks as if they were throwing a masquerade. This party had women for days. You know my situation, so I didn't know if I should leave or stay. But the music was playing, the people were dancing, some folk at the table laying spades. Already on my drink, you know I'm straight. A couple of hours go by, don't know how many shots I took to the face. The energy was strong, I couldn't get away. Out of nowhere, this mysterious lady started to lure me into this space. Elijah said, what about? For a split second, I saw her face, closed my eyes, and felt the woman's hands on my waist. Time she didn't want to waste. My mistake. I apologize, I'm weak to pleasure. These lines cross can break a union forever. I started thinking I needed to get out altogether, but her warm hands made me feel better. No time to think consequences, go left, go right. Why she had to be so submissive? Finger over my lips, she wanted this private. In the silence, we were breathing as one. After this short alliance, she had me feeling dumb. She got up smiling. I was wondering, what have I done? My mistake. Elijah said, how can you let that be? Man, all I know, she was gripping at my every need. For a moment, I felt free, but I got a feeling she knew me. It was deceiving, said Poe. What are you going to do? Asked Elijah. Realize I made a mistake and keep moving, replied Poe. Taking a sip out of his cup, watching the children run by, the smoke between his fingers was rising in the sky. Elijah said, bruh, it's all good. You know, you not the first and won't be the last. Long as last night you had a blast. Memories you will always have. I know what you mean, but when I went home and went to sleep, I had a horrible dream, said Poe. Elijah said, it sounds like you need more herb than me. An old man walking by says, someone will bring destruction from the skies. We will hear on the lies. A king will come in due time. When the crown is placed, evil will show his face. Poe's nightmare started playing in his mind. This old man had to be out his mind. Peace is what Poe was trying to find. Orion pulled up at this time. Orion, someone who don't care about nothing, only if it's about something, and that's on anything. He the type to get it by any means. Be cautious because he can snatch many dreams. Orion. What up, Poe? Said Orion. Last night I heard you got lit. Heard you got into some shit. Elijah thought, how he know this? But didn't say anything. Poe said, what do you mean? Sounded like you had a great time to me. Ain't you? Aren't you chosen for the celebration? Poe said, yeah. That's so amazing, said Orion before pulling off. Bro, I never trusted that dude. Aiden always seemed cool, but when those two get together, no telling what they will do, said Elijah. Luna, a sister of two, a twin, a twisted kind of friend, one who's attuned with the moon, been in the trenches with the coldest of goons, Luna. She seen him come in. After she was done with him, her mask on, walking in the back. He's here. The time is near, Luna said. A silhouette figure breaking down what look like pills just in the presence will make your soul chill. This body could be compared to no other. Pouring the powder in a cup with the liquor, mixing it. He's here? Luna said, yes. Give him this and watch how the story begins. As Luna walked out the room, she saw the evil smile on a mysterious face. Luna moved her feet swiftly so the plan could be in place, handing the cup to her sister, Muna. Beautiful, easy on the eyes. She has hate, she has might. She has will, she has sight. The oldest of two, a twin, vindictive wishes. Sleep with the dead to get riches. Muna. Luna said, not a drop, you better waste. A second one is being prepared for the chase. Little sister, I move with style and grace. Your older sister never makes mistakes, replied Muna. With her mask on, she walked out the room, then got lost in the sea of women. In the hallway, every girl had the same mask on her face. It was a masquerade. It was a party with drinks. Luna sipped her champagne, excited for a change. 300 years of peace. She wanted to see hurt and pain. No sunlight. She needed the moon to raise the grave. The beginning song. The words will be sung by a beauty so young from not knowing what she wants. A new beginning will begin. We will connect with our kin from deep within. The beginning song. Thank you.
Oh my Lord. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so let's find out the inspiration behind this, because this is a whole novel. This is a whole story. It just moved from step to step, place to place. And part of this is recorded, no, yes.
Say it again.
Part of this is recorded, no or yes?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay, so we know that's coming down. But kind of give us the backstory of why and how you got inspired to really do it like this, because this is still poetry, but in a different style.
Well, I do have a couple of poetry books out, which is like how a lot of poets do, which is poem and then another poem and then another poem. And the inspiration came from I wanted to grow. And I wanted to write a story as if you was going to get like Dante's Inferno or William Shakespeare or the Odyssey, something like that, but using modern language instead of using like wither there through storm, what I mean, where kids is like, and I want people to enjoy the poetry story form, but in today's time, so it's easier to digest and you can just flow with the story. Because right now, you tell a kid to read the Iliad, they're gonna look at you like, what is
Oh,
this?
God. And that's AP English. That ain't regular. That ain't regular senior English. That's the people who want to teach English. That's not.
No.
Oh Lord, you'd be having fights in the classroom if you did that in the regular English 4 class. That's got to be AP and the future English and the future writers of the world. That's who
Right.
reads
Because when
that. Exactly.
because when I was in high school, my teacher made us read the Odyssey. So we had to read the Odyssey, but it was really hard to
Absolutely.
digest.
Absolutely. Yeah, it
Um, s-
was.
so I wanted to give the new generation something of what the old generation had, but in today's time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, when I read it, I'm like, "Oh man, are you serious?" And I knew, I basically knew what it was like, but I was ready for, 2 pages, and we stop when we start something else with a new title on it. But it really took the old and brought something new to it. So that's super exciting and wonderful for even, for even thinking on that line and on that wise. So Brooks is a really pretty. First off, his middle name is TLK Poetry. So what do you think? You think he takes poetry seriously? I think so. I think so. Okay, so where can people find you on social media? Buy your books and hopefully have you come and spit something.
You can find me at TLK Poetry on Instagram. On Facebook, you can find me at TLK Poets. My website is rnmbtlkpoetry.com. On there, there's a link where you can get the physical copy on Amazon. Miss Julia done hooked me up. So if you like the ebook version, I asked to go to my PayHip because Amazon ain't taking all of it and it goes straight to me. So if you want to get the ebook version, go on. I asked to go on my website and click the ebook because the money goes straight to me and I get a little bit more profit than hey mama, how you doing? My mama on there.
Yeah, I see it.
And I just asked it to go on my website and support the book, support the novel. There's many more to come. So yeah.
Oh yeah, he's rolling out. Speaking of many more to come. So what's up next?
So I'm in Mexico. So right now, we could chill online. On my Instagram, on my website. I'm looking. Like Miss Julia said earlier, we're gonna have to push the date back, but in May, I'm gonna be coming out with a free story of the Christian experience, where we're gonna be dropping 700 words every week for 21 weeks. And then if you love the novella that I just presented, I just sent the copy or the part 2 to Miss Julia. So in about a few months from now, part 2 will be coming out. So we're going through the editing process and the covers and all that good stuff. So pretty soon, part 2 will be coming out. So grab the first one, and then by the time you're done, we should be coming out with the second one. So yes, thank you, Miss Julie.
Wonderful, wonderful. You're welcome. You're welcome. As they say, Royal Media and Publishing definitely in the place and in the house. He is continuing to move and grow and all that good stuff. But find him on social media, and he pops in the States every now and then. And hopefully, you have an opportunity to actually see him live and in person. I met him. Most of you know, if you followed me for a while, that I met him in person when he came to town for a family funeral, rolled through the Jefferson Mall, came in the bookstore, and ta-da, here we are. What is that, 2019? I guess 6 years later, we still rolling, stuck like Chuck.
Yeah.
So, very proud of him and all that he is doing in the literary, especially the poetry literary space. I've been trying to encourage him to teach younger people because he would have a connection. Definitely, especially being a young man, others would be inspired by that. Some people write and they hide it in the drawer and all that. They don't want anybody to know what they're doing, but be sure and do that. I'm just gonna put it out there. He's available. So if you want him to jump on Zoom or a live stream of some kind, besides just mine, he's available for you too as well. So follow him up. TLK Poetry, TLK Poets on Facebook, TLK Poetry on Instagram. All right. Well, I'm up last. I'm not gonna take
Thank
long.
you.
You're welcome, dear. I always want to make sure there's an opportunity for authors to be seen and heard, especially poets during National Poetry Month. And I said it earlier today, but I'm going to say it again. This is actually my first book ever. I've written over 140, but this is my first one. It had me on the cover. I rolled it out as a book of poetry. Then it was a live event. So when I released the book, I recorded a CD and a DVD at the same time. I did not have my company at the time. This was 2007, and BK Royston Publishing wasn't birthed until 2008. And so over time, I have changed the cover because I wanted to add poems to it, and instead of republishing and just stuffing more in it. So it's changed over the years from A New Season in Word, and then I had inspirationals with it. And then it went to all new season in Word, no inspirations within that. So I repackaged it. I was under a different company when I did the first one, so I got out of it. I just said, "Oh, we gonna do a new book." So it was all new season in Word, and then I changed it again because I love this picture. Brian Royston took me to Hawaii, and when I was 50 years old, when I turned 50, that was my birthday present, and I love this picture. So that's what happened there, and then I started writing one poem, a couple poems here and there. And so therefore it turned into, especially I had a poem that I wrote to that Henrietta and Jesse's Legacy, a tribute to my grandmother who I never met. She died when she was 40 years old and my dad was like 8 or 9. So it's Henrietta Marshall Forey and Jesse Lee Forey Sr. So then I added that poem, and then it became every season in Word. So I think I'm done. I've had 4 covers, changed the insides multiple times, so you can do that. And so I'm just going to read an excerpt from Live Your Life. And just as a shameless plug, Live Your Best Life comes on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I go live at 9:30 a.m. on Facebook Live. So you can find me on all social media, Julia A. Royston. So live your life, sister. Live your life. Be your best. Don't say, I'm just a blank, but I'm the best housewife. Brother, live your life. Be the best man you can be, no matter your job, whether your color is blue, brown, or white. Children, live your life. Do your best. No excuses. In school, A, B, or C, for the top, continue to strive to be. To one and all, short or tall, big bone to small, cocoa brown, very light, or no skin tone at all. Be yourself, the belle of the ball. Shop at Target or Neiman Marcus. Drive a jalopy Benz or ride the bus. Live in a condo, house, or hut. Be your best, despite any of us. Laugh at yourself, smile at others. Forgive your enemies. Sometimes they're your sisters and brothers. You're too cute to boot. The men are fine as wine. Life's too short, heaven's too high, hell's too hot for you not to reach the top. And so that's one from Every Season in Word, one of my favorites about living your life. And so what's coming up next for me, like Brooks, who wants to inspire the next generation, I am working on a children's book. And it is, I haven't even really got the exact title, and I haven't sent the cover to my graphic designer. I would be showing it, but it is a book of short poems, and I'm doing poetry for children, and they're short poems, and I've got space in the back that I really want kids to try their hand at poetry. Even if they start off with roses are red, violets are blue, I like ice cream and love you too. It's just something even as simple as that. But I want you to have a place to start. And so I'm going to read they're very, very short. There's only four stanzas. So they're not long poetry because I want kids to understand it. There's going to be a cute image next to it. So let's see, two of them. One is when I grow up. When I grow up, I'll be healthy, strong, gifted, and smart. No limits, because what's in me was enough from the start. Whether a trade, family, business, or career, step by step, year by year, I'll grow until I'm top tier. And then the last one is I am enough. Short or tall, big or small, girl or boy, this is a call for one and all. There is something within you from your head down to your toes. Tell yourself I am enough until the whole world knows. So those are just really short and brief poems that I want kids to be inspired by. When I was in Atlanta I guess I was there in March because it was after the Montgomery Book Festival that Dr. Nettles hosts. And the little girl said, well, why, Miss Royston, Dr. Royston, all your books are real positive. And I said, I strive to be positive. And I want to convey something positive to you. So even though it's a book of poetry and some people are like, I'm not really into that, they do rhyme. So I know kids love it when it rhymes, but then also it's short. So I really want to always invoke positivity because childhood suicide is a real place and is a real thing. And so therefore, if I can combat that in any way, shape, or form to let the kids know you are special, you are enough, you do have it, you can be it, you can have it, you can achieve it, even at such a young age, which is very heartbreaking. At such a young age is very, very important. So I hope you've enjoyed our time together. Hit me up. Y'all know I'm on the move. Tuesday, April 22nd, I will be at Farmers Elementary. They have, in association with Toys for Tots, they have purchased 40 copies of Terrence is Terrific. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so me and Terrence are headed to Farmers Elementary in Louisville, Kentucky. And then Thursday, I'm headed to the Great Homeschool Convention in Columbus, Ohio. We'll be there the 24th, 25th, and 26th. So I'm on the move and headed, up and down the highway. So as the old folks used to say in my church, I covet your prayers. Hello, as we head ease on down the road, ease on down the highway. So super excited about all that God is doing with these poets. If you need me, you know how to find me, talkwithroyston.com. On my screen is juliaakroyston.com. That's where all of my websites and online stores are housed. If you need to contact these poets and you can't seem to get in contact with them, be sure and definitely do so. While Miss Peggy Dixon is on my page, Miss Peggy Dixon and Miss Linda Henderson are finalists for the National Black Book Festival Black Authors Matter TV Awards. They're finalists. And so be sure and vote and vote and vote. And then the links are on my page. The links are on the flyer. Yes, I had the wrong flyer. I had the wrong links. It's been a while, 2 weeks. But anyway, I got the right one. The flyer is up. Be sure and check out my Facebook page and vote for 2 BK Royston Publishing authors. Thank you. We had several finalists, but now we're down to picking the winners. So be sure and visit my Facebook page so that you can vote for them. And I'll have plenty more coming up down the pike for many, many things. I have a live next Tuesday, April 22nd. I got to keep the calendar in my brain, but I'm going to be on with a special presentation with Ms. Taria Hodge. So she's a social media strategist. So if you're like, I can't navigate this social media space, help is on the way. That'll at least get your mindset right and get you started. So tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, I'm giving it to you. So you can't say, she's been written all them books and she won't help nobody. Nope, I'm not the girl. I brings it to you and I brings it for you. So Good night. Thank you so much for all of you joining us. You all be blessed. Be sure and share and like and tell others and support these authors and their books and all that they do. You all be blessed. Until next time, I'm Dr. Julia Royston, praying today, tomorrow, and always that you live your best life. Bye-bye.